In today's video, we're going to be diving into the upcoming pattern where there is a few days of some concerning severe weather to discuss, some big-time flooding events taking place across the deep south, southeast, and up into the mid-Atlantic, and also a big and very relieving cooldown that is on the way for much of the nation. So let's go ahead and just dive into things and take a look here at the next couple of days of precipitation. And first things first, we're taking a look at this afternoon time frame. And as you can see, we do have quite a few showers and thunderstorms here across some of the Rockies, the Plains, the Midwest, the Ohio Valley, and the Great Lakes, and then in through the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast here. So a lot of these areas, are dealing with these progressive showers and thunderstorms. Like in here, we do have a little bit more of a cold front look along this area here, and then we have some showers along this low pressure system in this corridor. So there is a whole lot going on here. Across the Southeast, we do have isolated and scattered about thunderstorms ongoing for Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, and Mississippi there. Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina also dealing with these kind of summertime, very humid thunderstorms in these areas. Let's go ahead and dive into tomorrow afternoon time frame. And actually, what we see by this point is some interesting opportunities for thunderstorms and severe weather, especially in this area across some of the Midwest, Ohio Valley, some of the Mid-Atlantic and Southeast, as well as the Northeast here. We're in particular watching kind of this area here. So we're going to dive into the Storm Prediction Center outlook by the end of the video, of course. Now, we do see lots and lots of thunderstorms up and down this kind of eastern area. Definitely going to be something to watch for in general, regardless of what corridor you're in there, as it's just been a very humid and stormy week. As we take a look at Thursday afternoon on July 18th, what we see is, again, another day of a very active pattern here throughout the deeper south and southeast for areas like Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia there, and up and down that kind of mid-Atlantic and northeast coast there for Thursday. Still dealing with some thunderstorms, but it has dipped further south here for this particular date. As we take a look at Friday, it will have dipped even further south, mostly looking at kind of the Gulf states and southeast states here by this point. As we take a look at Saturday, we see it kind of comes back north a little bit. So it's going to be up and down, a little bit stationary though. And what I mean by that is there's really just this pocket of moisture and precipitation. It's wobbling, it's going south and north a little bit, but it's not progressing clearly in one direction. It's coming back, it's going back and forth. Not the cleanest look of a frontal boundary moving through. It's very messy and all over the place. We do see for the four corner states, I guess the Rockies in general, and then the Plains, we also have thunderstorms by this Saturday, July 20th date. So that's going to be something to watch as well. We do have some activity, especially in the upper Midwest is concerning. We had a lot of very, very strong wind thunderstorms yesterday in Illinois. Terrible stuff, even near Chicago and in Chicago. Multiple tornadoes and tornado warnings. So a very, very bad severe weather day yesterday. And, that is the area that we really watch for the heart of severe weather season for this summertime. Oftentimes, I've seen so many, July and August, especially even into September, severe weather events up there in the upper Midwest, the northern plains, and the Great Lakes. That seems to be the heart of their severe weather season. As we move towards Sunday, July 21st, again, look, thunderstorms in this area. So this is going to be something to watch day over day. We do see the four corner states dealing with some showers and thunderstorms here. We do see that the southern plains, Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Kansas, Missouri, they're all seeing some pretty strong thunderstorm activity. And then throughout the southeast, like Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, North Carolina, we see also South Carolina, Georgia, Florida down here seeing this thunderstorm activity, also Virginia by this point. For Monday on July 22nd, again, upper Midwest is an area to watch here. Did that a little too far to the left. Upper Midwest and northern plains, definitely watching that closely. We also see the four corner states in through the southeast dealing with plenty of thunderstorms throughout these areas, especially you can see in this kind of southeast corridor of it from Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, and you take it kind of towards the southeast. That's where the heart of the activity lies here. We do have some more sporadic activity here across the southern plains, however. And overall, just a very stormy pattern, as you can tell. Maybe even more so than we've seen in previous model runs. Here by Tuesday, really, because what's interesting is we have a bit of a trough in place, and that's what's holding these showers so far to the southeast. It looks like the warmth and the moisture kind of works its way further north by this point. So by Tuesday, perhaps seeing another warm up as these showers and thunderstorms try to progress a little bit northward here, seeing the Great Lakes, Ohio Valley, the Northeast getting a little bit more involved. Very, very interesting, but still the deeper south into the southeast is seeing a significant amount of thunderstorms and showers around even by Tuesday on July 23rd. By Wednesday on July 24th, we see again the upper Midwest, Great Lakes, Ohio Valley, and Northeast seeing their fair share of thunderstorms now, but still the Southeast seeing a potent area of showers and thunderstorms, which is going on 1 week by this point. So 7 days in a row of some pretty high chances of thunderstorms and showers. Very interesting. By Thursday on July 25th, we see up and down the eastern seaboard here. Lots of thunderstorms and showers. Again, Northeast, Ohio Valley, Mid-Atlantic, Southeast, deeper south, even into some of the southern plains like the coast of Texas there. So really seeing a lot of moisture work its way up here into these areas. Lots of thunderstorms. Could be the stormiest week of the entire summertime or the entire year. Honestly, if it was to look the way that we're seeing on this model guidance. Keep in mind, a lot of it is only 1 day away on Wednesday, but since it's lasting a whole week, some of it is 8 days away, a week from tomorrow. So there is some inconsistencies as we work further and further into it. You know, it would seem like it's one storm system, so we should have a firm grip on it, but it really depends on if you're talking about day 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, 6, 7, 8, because there's so much time with one basically storm system in place, although it's just going to be a cluster of storms anyway. But very interesting stuff. Definitely depends on what day we're talking about, but confidence is pretty high considering the current pattern we expect. Now, the total precipitation is just calling for a bombardment, obviously, of precipitation throughout the deeper south, southeast here, some of the south central states into the mid-Atlantic. We also see a considerably higher amount forecasted now for some of the Midwest, Ohio Valley, even the Great Lakes, and the Northeast here. So keep in mind that this is kind of spreading northward, in my opinion. It used to be pretty exclusive for the Southeast area. We are seeing a more large area across the Southeast now. Now, as we take a look at our tropics, I want to give you guys a little bit of a tropics update. We're going to take a look at this, honestly, hopefully every day or every couple of days. I think it's important to note that these waves are pretty numerous, moving off of Africa and into our MDR, which is short for Main Development Region, which we talked about it yesterday, but they usually start here and then they either work their way, towards the east or towards the Gulf, or they dissipate before that point. But in general, there's usually south of Dominican Republic and Haiti and in Puerto Rico and Cuba, or north of it, or right through it, which usually tears them up. But obviously, it's much more likely for them to go south or north of that. That is what we typically see here. So we do like to watch these waves. It's very important. And I mean, you count them down, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 maybe over the next 15 days. I'm sure there's more than that. Typically there is. But definitely if one of those was to pop off, that's going to be something to watch for. Keep in mind that the entire time, there's also the chance of just homegrown systems. So systems can just form out of one of these pockets of moisture in the Caribbean or in the Gulf or in the Bahamas. And that is also something to watch, even off the southeast coast of the United States. So we're always on the watch. The Saharan dust is in its peak season right now, so we do expect things to pick up by late July, early August. But it's in peak form right now, so it's really holding back some activity for the time being, thankfully. As we take a look at our precipitation anomalies, I showed this yesterday. I probably won't show this one every day. I might. It's kind of a cool graphic. I don't know why I've never really shown it, but it gives you an idea of where to expect drier conditions. We see near normal conditions for the west, which is nearly no precipitation. Drier here across some of your northern Rockies, northern plains, upper Midwest here, even some of Florida, which I'm skeptical of, by the way. We do see above average amounts really for most of the south central states here, some of the Midwest, Ohio Valley, deep south, southeast, mid-Atlantic, and even into most of the Northeast. But where we see the considerably above normal precipitation, definitely something to watch closely, is these blue areas. So throughout Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia here, and some clusters in some other states. But that's the primary area to watch. In the greens, we're expecting anywhere from like 0.1 inches to 2 inches above average over the next 15 days. In the blues, we expect 1 to 5 inches above average over the next 15 days, which is a huge departure from what's normal. So keep that in mind. Highly above average precipitation and flooding risk for these blue and dark green areas especially. As we take a look here at the temperature pattern, we can see that things are warmer for the time being, and you definitely feel it if you go outside, but we do have an Arctic blast on the way here, moving into the eastern states, and it's looking to take hold for quite a while. So let's watch it play out. Keep in mind there's warmer temperatures out west, which is really allowing for this colder air to move in. We see this time and time again, but look at how it just really takes grip here. It's moving in by today, moved in for the most part by Thursday, and then definitely by Friday it's all the way in. We see it last through the weekend. There is some warmer pockets, but it really wants to stick around. Look at that, colder in the east until, a week from now. This is Sunday the 28th, and we still have some cooler temperatures near the Gulf of Mexico, warming up a little bit as you go north. Very interesting. And it does look to kind of push back a little bit and recede towards the south central states by the 31st in 15 days. But not by much. I mean, it's still there, and still the most considerable warmth is going to be out west, which is very interesting. We'll keep an eye on this, of course. Storm Prediction Center outlook for today. On Tuesday, July 16th, we see a very large general thunderstorm risk there in the lighter greens. That's going to be, again, where we expect general thunderstorms, but anything is possible, so please heed every watch, warning, and advisory. In the two darker green areas, that is where we have a level 1 marginal risk of severe weather, where we expect some isolated severe weather to occur. We do have 4 yellow areas there, as you can see, kind of have a scream face, one of the horror movie masks in the middle there, it looks like. Level 2 slight risk there in those yellow areas. That is where we expect scattered about severe weather to occur. We do have an enhanced risk for New York and Vermont, which is very interesting, which is a level 3 enhanced risk. That is where we expect a little bit more widespread severe weather to be possible today. For tomorrow, on Wednesday, July 17th, we see a lot of this moves towards the eastern seaboard. We do have 2 general thunderstorm risk areas there in the lighter greens. Darker greens are going to be your level 1 marginal risk, where we expect isolated severe weather to occur. And then your yellow slight risk area there for a lot of the mid-Atlantic and southern New England is going to be your level 2 slight risk. Again, expecting scattered about severe weather for tomorrow on Wednesday, July 17th. For day 3 on Thursday, the 18th, things slow down a little bit here. We do have a rather large general thunderstorm risk area there in the lighter greens, and then a marginal risk up there in the plains, again, where we expect isolated severe weather to occur. Once again, just like yesterday, I'm going to take a look at the extended day outlooks. I always forget to look at this ahead of time, and we don't have anything. So thankfully for now, we don't see any larger severe weather risks in the long range. Time will tell really though, because we might see it pop up eventually. So stay tuned to the channel. We do upload every single day. You can even hit the bell icon for daily notifications when we upload, so you never miss one. Be sure to like the video if you did enjoy it, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.